Good evening, everybody. In case you can't tell, I'm sat here with a big smile on my face, and looking from the chat, it also looks like many of you guys are. Welcome to our evening flight tonight. As you can see, we are at London Heathrow, and we're taking some very quiet German fans home. These are the fans, by the way, that left the game early, because it wasn't that long ago since the game finished, was it? Oh, how are we all doing? 2-0 to England. I really enjoyed that. I have to say, the first 10-15 minutes I thought we were going to get a bit of a pasting. Thankfully all came good. All came good in the end. And how many were sat there, in particularly at the end of the first half, thinking that Harry Kane is just making up the numbers and being a bit of a dead weight? Answers in the chat, please. I have to admit, I was one of them, but it came good in the end. Who knows? He may go on and score goodness knows how many more now. We shall have to wait and see. But it's a it's a great day. Really enjoy that. What was it? 55 years since we last beat Germany in a competitive game, and of course that was the World Cup, wasn't it? So hopefully we can have a nice, relaxed, chilled out flight as we head over to Dusseldorf. I'm rocking this livery, by the way. Loving this Eurowings livery. In fact, the one we had yesterday on the long haul was really nice as well. Now, do we have any German fans in the chat this evening? Of course, it's all good-hearted banter. And let's face it, you've had 55 years of pasting us, so we're going to take this chance just because it may be the only time we get. So good evening to everyone in the chat this evening. Good evening, Christian, Dark, RP, Beastie, Nick. Nick, you sound excited. And HD of course. Elemental Forces on Twitch. 55 years. We're on a roll. We've only got 3 games to go. 3 games to go. Dr. Magic, hello, mate. You're watching the stream as you stagger back from the pub. Well, make sure you get home, and we're going to send the camera crew around nice and early on this flight, just to soften the blow for those German fans. They deserve it after all, don't they? Bless them. But it's been so long since we were able to feel like this and not gloat. Gloating's wrong. Well, I mean, come on, we can't really gloat. It's taken us 55 years, but we can bask in the glory and hope that it's going to propel us forward. Who knows? Do we have a chance? Do we ever actually have a chance of bringing it home? Obviously, I've never seen them win a Euros. I've never seen them win a World Cup. Nowhere near old enough. The first major contest I remember being old enough to see England in was Euro 96. I remember the World Cup in 1994. But England didn't qualify for that. But I do remember watching, was it Ireland? Did Ireland play Brazil? Yeah. Gudmundur, you're quite right. Iceland came for the first time and they beat England 2-1. Let's not talk about that. Boss Monkey, everyone gets a free drink on board? Absolutely not. I'm making the Germans pay. Kick them while they're down. Christian, why is it the Dortmund Airbus? I just like the livery, to be perfectly honest with you. Good, you were there in '66. Oh, you lucky man. Lucky man. I'm not going to ask how old you are, but clearly you can remember it, so that's good. Anyway, where are we? We are, of course, at London Heathrow. Currently parked stand 216. And I'm just checking, I don't think we've got any air traffic control around. No, of course not. They're all partying, aren't they? Well, they can party and hopefully enjoy the flight that we've got lined up for you this evening. I love it when it's summer. I can do an evening stream and it's still daytime. Right, let's get that flypad turned on, and just before we go any further, I'm going to just pop the operational flight plan into the chat. And oh, where's the chat gone? Why is that not working? There we go. Let's just pop that into the chat. So that's now popped into the chat on YouTube for anybody that's wanting to grab a hold of that. So that's sorted. Let's just get the information from SimRief. I will start getting things set up. Before anyone asks, this flypad is still not yet available from the FlyByWire team. It is still being worked on. It's still being tested. So yeah, just be aware of that. It's not available. So our call sign tonight is Eurowings 7 Papa Yankee. There's our flight number, Eurowings 9465. This actually departed a little bit earlier this afternoon in real life. In fact, I think it touched down almost on the final whistle. So if there were German fans racing to get down on the ground, turn on their phones and check the Wi-Fi, oh, they'll have been disappointed, won't they? Now that's all set up. Have we got any ground power? That's just called ground power unit, because I don't think there he is. I can see his hazard beacon flashing away. Starting the stream quite early tonight, so I'm not in any great rush. The flight time is only 1 hour, so we can take our time, relax a little bit as well. And there is our ground power unit coming. That is such a neat livery. I love the reflections on that as well. That is beautiful. Anyway, let's fire her up, shall we? So battery voltage all looks good. Let's get those batteries on, and we can connect that external power and listen for the clunk and the relays.
Heathrow traffic, airport to go 136 Alpha, line up and take off, runway 27 right, Goxy 2 Foxtrot departure.
61 Charlie, clear, 27 right.
So there's obviously traffic here at Heathrow, as we can hear. I'm on Unicom at the moment. No air traffic control, but we'll obviously have to make some calls on there. I'm doing the fire test. They seem to have on the particular version of the Airbus I've got at the moment, the 3 clicks isn't available, which is annoying. But I'm sure that will come back at some point. Right, let's have a look at the fuel. Well, let's just come down here, check the operational flight plan. I don't think there's any terrible weather planned in Dusseldorf this evening. Let's have a look. Right, what's the date today? It's the 29th. So it's currently 280 at 8, light winds, great visibility, a few towering cumulus, no significant changes. So no, nothing. A probability of 30, so that's probably not going to happen. Showers of rain and towering cumulus. Potential of those gusts getting up a little bit later on. So, well, we should be there, I think, before that really does look to hit. But again, the probability of that is rather low. So we don't need to pack a load of extra fuel. What have we got? 4.7 tons. If we reckon half a ton more, so let's go around 5.2 tons of fuel. Get that loaded. I forgot to defuel the aircraft again, so my apologies there. We're going to have to defuel. That's clear. I wanted 5.2 tons. I'm just going to type that in. I usually use the slider, but that's better. And let's go. Cholty, good evening, sir. I saw your message a little bit earlier on Discord. I did plan on doing a stream this afternoon, but the PC decided that would be a good time for a Windows update, so it didn't happen, I'm afraid. Anyway, that's now all done. QNH here is 1016. Defueling is underway. Paul, what a miss by Muller. Yeah, well, they say that in football you need a little bit of luck, and well, I think that was ours, wasn't it? We needed him to miss it as soon as he broke forward. Because then I expected Germany pull it back 1-1, momentum's with them, they'll score 2-1, and we're out. That's what normally happens. But Lady Luck was shining on our side, wasn't it? This afternoon, whenever it was. There's another match playing tonight, though, isn't it? I don't actually care about that one now. I'm too hyped for the one I've just watched. 1016, that QNH anti-skid is on. Let's come down to the pedestal, check the switching panel. Cockpit door is open. We'll start getting passengers on board in a moment. Thrust levers, engine masters, engine mode selector, gravity parking brake, non-operative at the moment in this mod. Let's turn that transponder on.
Speedbird 2714, taxiing Alpha, holding point Alpha 3, runway 27 right, Heathrow.
Okay, let's just come off Unicom for the time being. Oh, I've not come off Unicom. I was on VHF2 checking the guard frequency. There we go. That's off Unicom. Clifton, this is a dev version, but it's a QA dev version. It's a pre-release dev version, so this isn't actually available. The only thing that's different about it really is the flypad. As part of the FlyByWire QA team, I'm still flying with that, just seeing if anything else doesn't work with it. Right up to the glare shield then, and let's set that up. 1016, pop the constraints on. I know our initial climb for our departure here is going to be 6,000 feet, so we'll get that on as well. So that's all set up. Let's turn up the displays down here. These probably don't need to be turned up all the way for an evening flight. It's going to get dark pretty soon anyway. We'll turn those up. And Matthew, why aren't I showing my face? Oh, it's because I don't want to put people off, mate. First officers are turned off, saves those frame rates. There's alignment in around 5 minutes, and all systems are normal. Great stuff. Anyway, passengers, that jetway is still connected, isn't it? Let's start getting you guys on board the flight this evening. So let's start that. Tell them we're ready to go. Get boarding underway, then we'll look at programming the FMGS.
Cabin crew, we can open the doors now and start letting them on board. Thanks very much.
Matthew, yeah, the majority of the buttons all do work. So, yes indeed. Okay, let's just download the information from SimBrief, and then we'll start popping it into the McDo. Flight time 57 minutes, hopping across over to Germany tonight. Performance, weight and balance. Right, what have we got? 166 passengers, 166 disappointed passengers, which is a payload of 17264, 0 fuel weight, check that's accurate as well, should be 58.3, that it is. 0 fuel weight, centre of gravity, let's just mess around with that a little bit. You can pop anything you want in there. Then when you press the load button, it just watch the forward and rear bags. As soon as you pop that in, it changes where that's going to be loaded, which is a nice touch. The fact that it does it automatically is, again, great work by the FlyByWire team. So we'll get that loaded in, check the gross weight changes, so I know that that's done. There we go, 64.6 tons. That may still change just as we continue to defuel. Right, so now let's start setting up properly. Go to the data page, aircraft status, check we've got the LEAP engines, check we've got the valid air cycle, all is good there. Let's get the uplink from our headquarters, which brings in the operational flight plan. Right, so the alternate is Echo Delta Delta Fox. Try pressing the right buttons. Echo Delta Delta Fox. And our call sign this evening, as you can see on the above banner, is EWG Eurowings 7 Papa Yankee. Again, it's real world flight this one today, guys. Cost index of 25, well lordy, that's faster than I'm used to. And cruising altitude of 390 and currently minus 52. Tropopause is 346, actually that's close enough. the operational flight plan that I just sent you guys was created a couple of hours ago. It was created before the match, actually. So things like tropopause and temperature may have changed. So we'll leave that with what the with what the simulator has, and that will that will all be fine. Oh, HD, YouTube has failed on the iPad. Oh no, maybe you need to download the app again, perhaps. Matthew, this is not going to be a long flight. No, only 57 minutes flight time. Christian, it's a good thing you've not bought any football merchandise. No, and it had the wrong. It's all got the wrong date on it anyway, doesn't it? It's Euro 2020. Right, so our flight plan today calls for a departure. Again, the slight difference on the operational flight plan. We're now departing runway 27 right. 27 right is currently active. That's going to be the Brooklands Park 7 Fox departure. Let's pop that in. And we're going to be arriving on... what are we arriving on? That's not changed. That's still 23 left. ILS 23 left. And it is the PZAP 1 Golf. And I believe that is via, is it via Bikmu? Let me double check that. Oh, sorry, no, the initial approach fish should be Bot. Or Botrop. Go ahead and pop that in. And insert. So a distance of 336 miles, and we've got 337 miles on the operational flight van. So that is that's bob on, isn't it? Now it has just changed ever so slightly, 295, which is fine. So there's about a 50-mile discrepancy or 40-mile discrepancy there, but that's okay. The flight plan is now slightly different just because the winds have changed, so we're departing on a different runway. So that's all set. We will pop in the London VOR just for some situational awareness for if we need that. We can also pop in the Brooklands Park VOR actually, which is BPK. There we go. So that's London, which is based here at Heathrow, and then Brooklands Park, which is the end of our standard instrumental departure route. Okay, so then we go to our init B page, and zero fuel weight and zero fuel weight center of gravity is set. The trip wind today is a headwind of 10. Fuel planning, aircraft suggests 3.8, and we've got call that 5.1. We're not going to round up. We've got 5.1 tons of fuel on board. So just give that a second. Takeoff weight is going to be 63.3. And our alternate fuel is around 1.2 tons. So let's just change that from 800 kilograms. 1.2 tons. Which gives us an extra 31 minutes worth of fuel, extra 31 minutes of flying time. That should hopefully account for anything like holds or a go-around, stuff like that. Obviously, nothing that we want to happen, but we have to plan for it. So, the performance page then, let's have a look and see what we've got there. So, the transition altitude here at Heathrow is 6,000 feet. There it is. And HD has given us the the performance figures. So that's for the A4 intersection. Thank you. Right, let's pop these in. So it's going to be flaps 1, flex of 69. And 139, 139, 140. I thought it was very strange to have them all the same. Don't think I've ever seen that. 139. Oops. Let's put V2 in first. 140. 139. 9. And thrust reduction, acceleration, I believe that is correct. So let me just check what's the elevation of London Heathrow. It's about 80 feet, so yeah, 1,000 feet above that. That's spot on. Okay, big thanks to the guys following and liking on Twitch as well. We are on Twitch as well tonight, as well as YouTube, of course. Right, so that is all now set up. So now that's set up, let's just come over here and pull in the chart. Oh, I'm going to have to refresh this, aren't I? Okay, let me just turn that off. Turn that back on again. Hi James, we're on VATSIM, mate, so there should be plenty of other aircraft around as well. Right, can we get the charts? Oh! London Heathrow have come online. Well, we best contact them in a little bit, make sure what we're planning is all above board and accurate. There's our ATIS. So we have got information, Lima, QNH 1016. So I'll give them a call and let them know what we've got. And I also want to get the charts up. That's what I was doing. So let me just go ahead and plumb this code into Navigraph. Then hopefully that will work whilst we sort that. What's the code? 4 Tango 8 Victor Charlie Tango Fox X-ray. There we go. So let's get the charts up for for London Heathrow, shall we? So our departure is Brooklyn 7 Fox. Ooh, where's that gone? Have I just scrolled past that? Oh, that's the star chart. Duh, it's not going to be on there. Right, so here we go. So the departure is quite straightforward. So the 7 Fox from 27 right, straight out, and then a right-hand turn. That is after passing. Where is it? There's somewhere. There you go. No turns below 590. So we'll just keep on nice and straight until we're, regardless of what the flight director said, nice and straight until above 590 feet, and then we'll make the right hand turn, and then 6,000 feet is our initial climb clearance, but ATC will confirm that in a few moments. And with regards to how we're going to taxi, well, ATC will tell us, but we're currently parked at Terminal 2A, and we're actually parked at the exact parking stand that this real flight took off from, so Terminal 2A, stand 216. So I expect we'll obviously push back facing south. We'll probably be told to perhaps taxi via Kilo down here, then Bravo up to the Alpha 4 intersection. We'll let them know we can take Alpha 4, as that's what we've given the performance figures for. So that's all okay. So departure briefing again with that standard instrument departure. Nothing really too complex about that. Minimum safe altitude 2,200 feet. Transition altitude is 6,000 feet. And the weather that we have outside here is pretty fine. We've got no issues with visibility, anything like that. I think it's actually just starting to rain, isn't it? But if I had to come back and land anywhere, if I had a problem on departure, then London Heathrow is a good fair bet. Threats to be aware of? Well, I'm sure I can hear a few rumbles of thunder. So we might want to be be aware of that. So we shall contact air traffic control, see what they say. HD Bravos are usually inbound, Alpha is outbound. Well, funny enough, I thought the same thing. But this flight earlier taxied all the way via Bravo, actually to the opposite runway, 09 left. So I don't know if it's just because they've not got much traffic at the moment, or it was a quiet time in the middle of the day. But we'll do whatever air traffic control tell us to do, won't we? which we're going to contact in a moment. So I believe everyone is now on board. We'll close the door. Refueling is complete. Let's start that APU and get the fuel pumps on. 1,
Captain,
2,
all passengers
3.
are on board and we're finished setting up. Doors are also now closed.
Thanks a lot.
Just turn the brightness up of these. Of course, it drops very dark very quickly. Although, hopefully we'll get above these clouds pretty soon and it'll be nice and bright again. So there we can see our departure, which looks exactly like the departure we've just seen on the star chart. So that's great. Let's have a look then at what frequency we need for London ground 121.7. Let's give them a call. See how busy they are, if we can get in on the frequency.
0 Seabed 430. Seabed 430, correct.
London Heathrow ground. Good evening, Eurowing 7 Papa Yankee. Type A320 Neo. Parking stand 216 requesting IFR clearance as file to Dusseldorf, and we have information Lima.
Eurowing 7 Papa Yankee Heathrow ground. Hello, cleared Dusseldorf. Brooklands Park 7 Foxtrot departure. Squawk 3531.
Cleared via the Brooklands Park 7 Fox departure and Squawk 3531 for Eurowing 7 Papa Yankee.
Eurowing 7 Papa Yankee, correct.
So let's get that squawk in there, and what was it? 3531. There we go. Noodles on Twitch, the new one isn't perfect, which is why it's still not released, so we're still playing around with this moment. It's still got some faults which they want to fix before it releases. For instance, if I came off this page now, I'd lose the chart and have to put all the information back in, which is a pain, which is why I'm just keeping that on there for now. So I want this jetway to disappear. There we are. Look at that weather.
Good evening, guys. Full ground. Speed at
33 readability is 5.
A beer for every time I say easy. Do you know though, I've not flown EasyJet for ages. Whilst the Euros have been on, we've been doing some European airlines, haven't we? Captain 79, good evening. Right, APU's on, let's get that APU bleed on. We'll disconnect the external power and go to the ground page on here and get rid of that. Off he goes. Right, let's get those doors closed and armed.
Cabin crew, we're about ready for pushback, so if you can please arm the door now and cross check. Thank you.
Right, let's just go through the final checks. We'll then run through our before takeoff clearance. Just check that fuel, 5.1, balanced, init, not the init, the IRS. There we go, that's all checked. So then,
And ground speedbird.
cockpit preparation, all complete. Signs are on and auto. Adheres 3 nav green. Fuel quantity has been checked and balanced. 5,180 kilograms. FMGS is coded. Altimeter is 1016. So why have I got 1017 on there? There we go. Right, we'll get our pushback clearance, and I'm just going to call the tug driver over to start the pushback. He'll connect. There's our nose wheel steering is disconnected. So let's get our clearance. Heathrow ground, Eurowings 7 Papa Yankee stand 216, ready for push and start.
Euro 7 Papa Yankee stand 216, push and start is approved. Just caution the company aircraft pushing to your left hand side.
Roger, push and start approved, and we're visual with that traffic, thank you. Eurowings 7 Papa Yankee. Now if you're wondering why he's not given us a northeast southwest, it's because we can only go one way. As you can clearly see, there is construction traffic to the right of us.
4746, then taxi left Bravo and hold. Correction, taxi left Bravo.
Visual steering disconnected.
8,
Start the
left
timer.
Alpha and hold Saturn.
Acupressure's good. Transponder on. We're going to lock those doors. Welcome everybody on board. And begin the push and start those engines.
Taxi by Kilo Bravo Link 22728. Sorry.
Ah, good spot. Thank you guys.
Correct,
Squawk
so far,
right.
Link to 8 left Bravo and hold
3,
Saturn.
5, 8.
Link 28 left, hold Saturn. Eurowings 15 Alpha.
Ground feedback 565 with information microphone reference to Echo Delta Delta Lima.
5665 Heathrow ground, hello, clear Dusseldorf, Brookman's Park 7 Foxtrot departure, squawk 6471.
Go to Echo Delta Delta Lima via the Rock 7 Foxtrot departure, squawk 6471. Speedbird 5665.
Speedbird 5665, correct.
Ground, Speedbird 33 type Boeing 787-9. Information Mike Kenneth London, this is requesting clearance to Malaysia, Colombo.
Speedbird 33 Heathrow ground, hello, just check that you filed a flight plan.
So we'll push straight back because he can't really give us a good tail to the right, can he? Bless him, the truck driver. Engine 1 is good, let's get engine 2 started.
I have a flight plan.
Okay, I've not received it and I can't see one filed on the system, so just make sure it's got the same call sign and that you've properly filed it. So.
There are 6 emergency exits on this A320 Neo. Please take a minute to locate the one closest to you and note that it may be behind you. Count the number of rows to the exit. Should the cabin experience a pressure loss, stay calm and listen for instructions from your cabin crew. Oxygen masks will drop down from above your seat. Place the mask over your mouth and nose like this and pull the strap to tighten it. If you are traveling with children, ensure you put your own mask on first before helping others. In the unlikely event of an emergency landing
And Heathrow ground, Speedbird 936, please ready for taxi.
Speedbird 936, roger, taxi Alpha and hold Pluto.
Taxi Alpha, hold Pluto, Speedbird 936.
So the truck driver is on his way. We'll wait for him to become clear. Engine 2 is now stabilised. Engine mode selector to norm. APU bleed off. Anti-ice not required. APU off. Ground control can come off as well. Spoilers. Rudder. Flaps 1. Set the trim. Okay, so let's do the after start check. Anti-ice is off. Check the ECAM status. All normal. Pitch trim is 28.9 and rudder trim is set 0. New figures because it's wet is just been received. Thank you, HD. So we've now got 133, 136, 138, and a flex of 68. Pushback is clear. Let's get the taxi clearance. Heathrow ground, Eurowing 7 Papa Yankee, ready for taxi.
Hearing 7 Papa Yankee, Roger, taxi, Kilo, left Bravo, link 28, left Alpha, and hold Saturn.
Via Kilo, left on Bravo, link 28, left Alpha, and hold at Saturn. Eurowing 7 Papa Yankee. Right, just check the charts, make sure I know where we're going.
5 Alpha, Monatina, com 122.8, good evening.
So, Kilo,
Unicom 122.8, thank you for your service, goodbye.
left onto Lima, link
Ground, people do you have anything from
28.
Speedbird 33, yes, I have a flight plan for you now. Are you ready to copy your clearance?
Hey, I'm ready to copy.
And then hold at
Speedbird 33,
Saturn.
clear to Kuala Lumpur. Detling 2 Foxtrot departure, Squawk 2063.
So, now finish checking the chart, let's get the tax light on.
Speedbird 33, correct.
And a harsh left turn. Looks like the fog's rolling in as well, a little bit. Because it's wet, the simulator also makes it quite difficult to taxi as well, which isn't ideal. So before things get busy, we'll get the
ground speed
weather radar on.
Ready for pushback.
Seabird 5665, Roger, stand 334, push and start is approved, face east.
Weather police fire approved face east before it.
The fact that it's a handcrafted airport, of course, makes it much easier because all the signage should be correct. Does take its toll on frame rates, however, doesn't it?
Ground, Seabird 33, exit 321,
So I don't think there's any air traffic control once we get to the runway. We're kind of on our own for
Seabird
that.
33, Roger, stand.
And over London, there's no air traffic control over London,
Push and start
which is a
approved,
shame.
face north.
But never mind.
what's the full thing north for Seabird 33?
So left here onto Bravo. Mustafa GT, it's been a while since FlyByWire have given any big updates. Yeah, unfortunately. Well, no, not unfortunately. The world is slowly opening back up, so the developers have gone back to their real world jobs. Can't really fault them for that, I'm afraid. So things are indeed a little slower than they used to be. Right, so let's do our flight control checks. Oh, full left, full right, neutral, full up, full down, neutral. Whilst we're going slow, just slow down for this. We'll go rudder full right, rudder full left, and neutral. So we continue here because I believe this is Lima. We'll go on to Bravo in a second. It's going to be link 28 we take, so that's straight on. watching the car so we don't run him over. So I want to get on link 27 and then I shall
Stuart 936, contact Heathrow Director.
continue with that before takeoff checklist.
Good evening.
Contact director on 119.75, speed of 936.
Oh, excellent. 119725's online. Got that in the standby so we can quickly flick to that as and when we need to. So it's going to be a left turn here
Heathrow
on
ground,
Alpha.
good evening, Speedbird 964, we're A320 Neo on stand 507, looking for IFR clearance to Hamburg please. Information Mike on board and QNH 1016.
Speedbird 964, Heathrow grounds, hello Roger.
Actually, no, wrong. Let's carry straight on here.
Correction, sorry.
Couldn't read that sign then because of the rain.
Foxtrot departure, Squawk 0474.
But at least we noticed it before going the wrong way and taxiing into
Hamburg
somebody.
On the Brockman's Park 7 Golf departure, and that's Squawk 0474, Speedbird 964.
Speedbird 964, just confirm it's the Brookman's Park 7.
So now we know we're on the right taxiway. Flight controls have been checked. Departure briefing.
Speedbird 964.
So performance has changed from dry to wet, but QNH is still the same. Engine out procedure. Contact ATC and ask for help. Well, basically, we'll just fly a circuit and come back in and land. Departure matches what we have in the FMGC. Stop altitude 6,000 feet.
Euro 7 Papa Yankee, contact Heathrow Director 119.75, goodbye.
119.725, Euro 7 Papa Yankee. Thanks for the service, bye bye. Director Eurowing 7 Papa Yankee, taxiing on Alpha.
7 Papa Yankee, Heathrow Director, hello, hold Alpha Yankee 3.
Hold Alpha Yankee 3 for 7 Papa Yankee. Right, so Alpha Yankee 3 is right at the end of this. Anyway, let's do that before takeoff checklist. Flight controls check, briefing, confirm flaps
120 degrees.
FMA and takeoff data is 133 blue, 138 magenta, climb nav blue, 6000 blue, 1FD2, 68 is the flex. And transponder is set, ECAM memo, takeoff, no blue, electronic flight back is stowed. Now what I'm really hoping for is that all the holding marks, such as Saturn Alpha Yankee 3, are shown.
3645, confirm you're now turning heading 120 and you're not establishing 09 left.
Oh, honestly, mate, I'm going to be honest, it's my first time landing, I'm so lost right now. I'm just going to be honest out here.
Oh bless him, we all started somewhere.
Put your plane in heading mode, sir, and then select 120, because if you don't fly the headings, I can't take you places.
Hello, Lucas.
Right, heading is now 120 for 3645.
And is your plane set to follow the heading, or is your plane on no navigation?
Just bear with, hold on, sorry, I apologise so much here.
So this should be link 21, and then we can cross link 21 and hold.
Right, heading is now 120, I believe.
Yep. Can you put your plane in heading mode, please?
Yep, it is.
Okay, can you pull the heading knob, please?
I believe I'm now going to 120.
3645. Excellent, yeah, that looks to be working now. Turn right heading 160 degrees.
I just want to make that clear.
Speedbird 3645, turn right heading 160 degrees.
Turn right heading 160 degrees, speedbird 3645.
Eurowings 15 Alpha, stop climb 4,000 feet, winds variable 3 knots, runway 27 right, clear for takeoff.
What a murky London.
Can you repeat
Is
that
this what the
again,
weather's
please?
actually
Eurowings
like?
15 Alpha.
Eurowings 15 Alpha, stop climb 4,000, the wind's variable 3 knots, runway 27 right, clear for takeoff.
Start climb to 4,000, clear for takeoff. Eurowings 15 Alpha.
Eurowings 7 Papa Yankee, hold Alpha 3.
Lucas, I think he... hold out for 3 if you're wing 7 Papa Yankee.
2936, line up 27 right, behind departing Eurowings 320 Neo.
Line up behind departing Eurowings,
HD, we're going Alpha 3. I know your performance was Alpha 4, but that shouldn't be a problem, should it? Clearly, air traffic controller actually knew what kind of aircraft he was flying and how to operate it, as he told him specifically to pull the heading bug, which was nice. He sounds like he's got his hands full the ATC, so I'm not going to tell him we can take Alpha 4. We'll just follow Nick. We can go Alpha 3. He's giving us more runway rather than less runway, so I'm happy. Sounds like the airspace is busy anyway.
Eurowings 15 Alpha, report your passing level.
Passing through 800.
Roger, bridge brake, Freebus 3645, turn left, heading 09 degrees.
Turn left
0
heading
Cat, thank you very
09
much,
speedbird
sir,
3645.
Eurowings 15 Alpha,
joining us.
climb flight level 150.
Big thank you
Climb
and
150,
welcome
Eurowings
to
15
you.
Alpha.
Hope to see you on many more flights, and thank you so much for supporting the channel. Really do appreciate that. Okay, so brake fans are looking good. We'll just wait for him to get the Speedbird out of the way. We're just holding our position at the moment. Once we get given permission to line up, then we'll get the lights on, get the packs off, run the before takeoff.
3645, landing runway 27 right, information Mike.
Before takeoff check is below the line, and we'll get out of here. Hopefully above this
Eurowings
weather.
15 Alpha, route direct brain.
Have we got
Route
our
direct
flight
brain,
plan as well?
Eurowings 15 Alpha.
Yes, we do. We may get a similar instruction.
Through 936, winds variable 3 knots, runway 27 right, Devon takeoff.
So I expect to be told to line up behind the departing Speedbird in a moment.
Eurowings 7 Papa Yankee, line at runway 27 right, behind the departing British Airways Airbus A320.
Line up and wait behind the departing Speedbird 320. Line up and wait behind Eurowings 7 Papa Yankee. Right, so I'm going to get the strobes, the lights, the packs, and transponder TCAS.
Studio 3645, turn left heading 080 degrees, descend to altitude 4,000 feet.
080 degrees, altitude 4,000 feet, 3645.
No great rush, because he's going to have to give us a minute or two separation anyway. I've not heard anyone coming in to land just yet either. Which is good, considering he's told us that we can line up.
25665, he's the director, hello, taxi Alpha, hold Alpha 3.
Taxi Alpha, holding Alpha 3 for Speedbird 5665.
2936, report your passing level.
Passing 2000.
Suez 936, roger, thanks. Climb now, flight level 150.
Climbing out to flight level 150, Spirit 936.
Trying to get a nice 90-degree turn in that lineup. Keep plenty of tarmac in front of us. Okay, everything's looking good here. We can have the traffic on TCAS. We can see the rain as well that we're about to depart into. We're just waiting for a takeoff to be given. Before takeoff, checklist below the line. Cabin secured for takeoff. Engine mode selector norm. TCAS TARA. Packs are off. Anti-ice also off. No turns below 590 feet. After that, we'll follow the flight directors and off we go.
To 936, route direct Brain.
Route direct Brain, Spirit 936.
Everyone's going to Brain.
Spear 3645, check QNH 10160, descend to RSG 3000 feet.
Dan, 58,000, yeah, that's who we're listening to and taking instructions from, the Heathrow director.
3645, thanks. Turn left, heading 360 degrees.
Can you give the heading again, please?
So 3645, turn left, heading 360 degrees.
Turn left, heading 360 degrees.
Viewing 7 Papa Yankee, winds variable 3 knots, 27 right, clear takeoff.
Clear takeoff 27 right, Eurowing 7 Papa Yankee.
25665,
Takeoff,
behind
start the
departing
chrono.
A320, line at 27 right, fire Alpha 3 behind.
And set 50%.
Line up and wait,
N1.
right behind the departing
Through stable.
aircraft 27.
Man flex, SRS, runway. I love seeing the rain droplets fly back over my head.
Scuba 3645, turn left, heading 340 degrees.
Turn left, heading 340 degrees, so 3645.
100 now. Check.
Viewing 15 Alpha, motor Unicom 122 decimal, over by.
V1, rotate.
Viewing 15 Alpha, motor Unicom 122 decimal, over by.
Unicom 128 decimal, 122 decimal 8. Thanks for the service, come back.
3645, can you just check you've pulled the heading knob again, please, because you're not turning.
I've got it as 340. I don't know what else to do.
Autopilot
pull the heading
1,
knob, so try right
engaged,
clicking on
nose lowering, and a thrust climb.
Yep, nothing's happening.
Climb.
it.
Packs
Can you just turn the
1.
autopilot off, please?
And pack 2. Should look nice when we come out of this horrible weather.
Heathrow direct, take it easy, Mike is current, Rockside 1 Hotel, descend flight level 130.
Expect a call from ATC in a moment asking our altitude.
Two 936, motor Unicom 122 decimal, over by.
Up to Unicom 122 decimal 8.
Passing S speed, flaps.
Viewing 7 Papa Yankee, report your passing level.
3,300 feet, 7 Papa Yankee.
7 Papa Yankee, roger, climb now, flight level 150.
150, 7 Papa Yankee.
3645, fly heading 330 degrees.
330 degrees, 3645.
So, set flight level 150, we've got 150
Super
blue.
430, Heathrow direct,
Autopilot is in control.
Hold up, 3, 430.
We'll get out of this weather before we release the cabin crew.
2,500 feet and fly heading 300, cleared ILS 27 right.
Looks like the clouds are starting to break already. I can see it getting lighter, which is another fantastic move by Microsoft and Azobo. Beautiful.
333, Heathrow, hello, hold out for 2.
Hold open 2 for Silver City.
Eurowing 7 Papa Yankee, route direct to your brain.
Direct brain, Eurowing 7 Papa Yankee. We said that might happen. Check nav and
Stuart 5665,
going
winds
direct
available
to
3 knots, runway
brain.
27 right, clear for takeoff.
Go takeoff runway 27 right for speedbird 565.
Looks like we're
Heathrow information November, QNH
coming
1016.
through those clouds now. Lovely. We'll come out this turn, we'll get the cabin crew released. Wow. Okay, we're past 10,000 feet.
3645, you appear to have missed the localizer, sir. Turn left heading 240 degrees to establish.
Get those lights off.
Marshall 240 degrees. Once again, I apologise.
Let's do a 3645 Heathrow.
Clear the
at
red
your
nav page
11
out.
o'clock position, 9 miles. Do you have it in sight?
Negative.
Very 3645, roger. Report when you have the field in sight.
And we're clear when ready to go to flight level 390. Everything looks good there. Wow, I love an evening flight with the sun low down and a thick layer of clouds. As HD has said, monitor that anti-ice, although now we're above it, we're okay. There's a few clouds there as well, we just need to keep an eye on that temperature. -3 at the moment.
Let's do a 411, route direct to the speed limit point. Eurowing 7 Papa Yankee, 1 Unicom, 122 decimal 8, bye.
122 decimal 8 for Eurowing 7 Papa Yankee, thanks for the service, bye bye. Let's go then
Over
up to
3645, the
122
wind
decimal
360
8.
degrees, 4 knots, runway 27 right, clear to land.
And that's it, we're out climbing over over London. Direct brain on our way across with a set of very quiet and subdued German fans sat in the back. Oh well, let's release them, shall we? Seatbelt signs can come off. Duke 55, you're more than welcome. And Danny, you've missed nothing. Let's stay on the frequency you want to hear the guy that can't fly. Tell you what I can do. 119725. Bear with me a second. So we just go 9725. So we can actually monitor both frequencies. So we've now got Heathrow Director monitoring, but we're actually transmitting on Unicom. So, with no further air traffic control, let's continue our climb all the way up to flight level 390. So 390 set, thrust climb 390 blue.
Speedbird 94 with you, contacting Bravo to hold the plane.
964, Heathrow Director, hello, hold Alpha Yankee 3.
Roger, hold Alpha Yankee 3, Speedbird 94.
There is also a children's selection of food and healthy snacks available. Please dispose of any rubbish you may have in the bag provided at the ends of the aisles. We accept payment in cash or credit and debit cards.
Stuart 411, descend flight for 100.
That looks fantastic, doesn't it? Really, really nice. So I'm just scouting through to see if we're going to have any other ATC on our journey. At the moment, it doesn't look so. we might be
Character
on our own.
get,
Oh, actually,
Hybrid 415, descending 130 level Hazel, passing inside.
we are flying over towards
245,
Amsterdam, and I
hello,
think
Rockford
Amsterdam
1
Centre
hotel
is
arrival, descend
online.
flight level 130
Amsterdam radar,
by
so we
Hazel.
may get a bit more air traffic control as we head over Amsterdam.
130 by Hazel, Hybrid 415, thank you.
So our route today
245, information November's current for
takes
your
us
aircraft
up and
type.
out over the North Sea,
Information November's on board, we're in Airbus 3.
close over Amsterdam,
Roger.
as
Leave
marked by the
33
tulip
behind, departing
waypoint,
company A319, line up 27
and then
right,
back in
fire
and
up 2
down
behind.
for our arrival here into Dusseldorf.
Super 33 behind, departing company A320, line up 27 right, fire up 2 behind.
Oh, there's a full air traffic control at Dusseldorf. Oh boy, I hope we don't have to hold. I did take extra fuel, that's not what concerns me, it's the fact that I've got to do it manually.
23645, vacate left. Vacate left for 3645. Speed is 411, descend flight level 80 and upper Bayok. Speed 415, redirect Hazel.
Direct to Hazel, Hybrid 415.
And absolutely loving this livery, even if it is the Borussia Dortmund livery.
Speedbird 5665, Monty Unicom 122.8.
Mountain Income 122.8 for Speedbird 765.
Speed 431, East hello,
Beautiful
number
picture
3,
that
hold
is.
Alpha 3.
Hold Alpha 3 is 41.
Speedbird 430, the wind's 360 degrees, 4 knots, runway 27 right, get for takeoff.
This is right, please takeoff, Speed 430.
I'd have loved to have seen the landing rate on that
45,
landing, bless
contact
him.
ground 121.7, bye-bye. Correction speed 3645, contact ground 121.7.
121.7, 3645. Thank you for your assistance on my first landing.
He got down, that's the main thing, isn't it? And for those of you
411, leave.
that have never flown on VATSIM, I can tell you now, you can control your aircraft, you can be 100% happy with it, but that first time you fly on VATSIM and you've got controller barking instructions at you, it's completely different. It's so different. And I can still remember my first flight. Actually, no, well, I do remember the first flight, but I also remember sat on the ground. Sat on the ground at, it would have been Manchester, I think, just listening in, plucking up the courage to make that Unicom, radio check. So, yeah, those clouds look amazing, don't they, tonight? Look at that. Is anyone in London at the moment? Nick, you're nearby. Is it raining? We've got clear skies up here in the north. Danny, nice livery. Yeah, I really do like that. Jetson, yeah, quite right. First time you fly on VATSIM, you will start shaking. Oh, yes, we've been there. Now, I'm actually unfamiliar with Dusseldorf. In fact, I'm not even sure I've landed there before, to tell you the truth. So in terms of taxiing, I'm hoping it's going to be straightforward. Can I get the charts up now on here? Are these still working for me? Let me just see. EDDL. There we go. So, just keeping an eye on everything over here, making sure that's all working fine. Our arrival is for runway 23 left as planned. Our start then should be the PZAP 1 Golf. Let's just see if we can find that. There it is. So we're coming at PZAP down 6,000, and then at or below 6,000 feet at Bottrop, and then at Bottrop from there that is our initial approach fix for runway 23 right. Correction, 23 left. And is that going to update and show me the chart for 23 left? Oh, there it is. So we come in from bottom, and if ATC is online, we'll get presumably vectors down, intercept that ILS. Do not mistake Eisenmühlheim, 9 miles north-northeast of Dusseldorf, so that's this one just here, when it's approaching runway 23 left. So if the weather's quite clear, we should be able to see that. Everything's still working as it should over there. Yep, so we're just passing, about to pass 30,000 feet through a thin layer of cloud. What I will do then is we'll come to the McDo, we'll go to ATSU, and we shall see if ATIS is online then. Let's send that off just to see what information they have for us. Good to know that they've got the weather modelled correctly then in Heathrow. It wasn't raining during the match, was it? Let's see that company messages now comes through. Messages received. ATIS, there we go. There, fantastic. So runway 23 left in use. Transition level is 70. Information Victor currently in use, so we know that if that's the runway we're going to be using, then it is going to be the PSAP 1 Golf. And we want to be at 6,000 feet at the bot NDB. We can use that for our descent planning. Duke 55, that's a question I wanted to ask you guys. When's the next England match? I'm not used to saying that after the first knockout stages. So frequency for all departing aircraft is Langdon radar. And what have we got? Visibility is 8 kilometers, light thunderstorms with rain, few clouds, 700 feet scattered. And QNH 1010. Recent rain. Trend is wind becoming 260, 6 knots. And that's information Victor. Is it on Saturday, Nick? Saturday 8 PM? Oh, good. Kids will be in bed. There'll be no stream Saturday evening. Apologies for that, chaps. So what I will do to help with our descent is I'm going to put that in just now. BOT. I mean, I guess there's going to be more than one of those, isn't there? It is... It's going to be none of those. Right, okay. Well, I don't want any of those NDBs. That's not correct. In that case, we'll choose a different waypoint. We'll look at Zamod, which is XAMOD, which is on the approach. JJ, that's why I'm glad my kids aren't 16. Although to be fair, I'm really enjoying watching the football with my lad. He's 6, and so the last time there was any major football competition, he was 3 years old, which he was far too young, he hadn't got a clue. But today, we both sat, we both watched, and we both screamed and shouted at the TV, particularly when the goals went in. And it was great. That's the first time I've been able to do that with my boy. and it was a great feeling. Even if you have to spend the majority of the match explaining why there was a foul, what offside meant, whether it's a goal or a free kick or not. But yeah, I can get over that. That doesn't matter. I have the same similar conversations with my wife. But it was nice. So, is there a lot of traffic coming into Dusseldorf then? If there's lots of ATC online, there could be. So just keep an eye on our altitude. We're almost at our cruising altitude now, coming up towards Redfern, which we should be there about 90 minutes into the flight. 80 minutes 50 seconds and 19 miles away, so we should be there in 3 minutes. Having said that, the flight plan is going to be ever so slightly off because the flight plan had a different departure runway on it. It had its departure from the opposite runway, which of course was then more direct to Redfern. We've had to take off, do a 180, so that's going to add 2 or 3 minutes, so that's about right. So that's all okay. And how much extra fuel should we have? What did we load? We loaded 500. So we should have 700 kilograms of extra fuel when compared to the operational flight plan. And when we get to Redfern, we should have. So I'm hoping we've got about 3.7 tons of fuel when we get there, which interestingly enough, we're obviously not going to have because we're already at 3.5. So we've already burnt a little bit more, but again, we had to take a slightly longer route during the climb out, so that all makes sense. So according to the operational flight plan, we've just burnt a couple of hundred extra kilograms of fuel, but that's okay. And here is Amsterdam, 12575. Just check that frequency is correct. No, there are 12575.
With you, flight level 30 inbound in.
5 Victor Amsterdam, hello, cleared Dennis to Alpha arrival, runway 36 right, descent to flight level 150.
We'll just wait for him to read back.
Arrival 36 right, descending 150, 5
Amsterdam radar, Eurowing 7 Papa Yankee, flight level 380 for 390, Redfern.
Welcome to the 47, the frequency will be 111.1950. Eurowing 7 Papa Yankee, Amsterdam radar, hello, identified, flight level 390.
Continue climb 390, Eurowing 7 Papa Yankee.
Kilo 1202, overshooting the localizer again, right 030 to intercept.
030 intercept, Kilo 1202.
Wonder if we'll still have any daylight by the time we get to Germany.
If that's possible, would help. Kilo 1202.
Kilo 1202, clear, visual approach 36 right, wind is variable 9 knots.
Visual approach 36 right, Kilo 1202.
Star 5080, descent to 2000 feet, QNH 10, well done. Down to 2000, Transavia 5080.
Dan, it does work. Yes, I could have used it, but still one of the problems with it is I want the charts up in here. And if I navigate away from the charts, it doesn't save them, so I have to put all the information in again. Something that they just need to fix before it's released.
Bravo, contact rise, control 128.3, proceed.
128.3, Transavia 37 Bravo, bye-bye.
Star 5763, climb to flight level 330.
So this will be the next chart we need. And at Zamot, we're going to be aiming for around 6,000 feet by there, which gives us 7.5 miles to slow down, which should be plenty.
Delta 2247, descent level 70, after Sugol, Sierra, Papa, Lima.
So when are we going to do that descent? We'll find out.
descend for level 70 and after Sugo.
What are we at? We're at 390.
Lima.
So we'll do that around about 110 miles away.
Sierra over at 30 inbound Denut, flight level 300.
So it won't be too long. We're already 162 miles away.
Denut to Alpha arrival, runway 36 right, descend to flight level 150. Denut to Alpha 36 right, 150, Brazil 6 for Sierra. People, however, is anything to the travel Alpha approaching runway 3. Alpha, good evening, continue to take report.
So Danny, I've just popped that in for you.
Seabird 936, proceed direct Zebro. Direct Zebro, Seabird 936.
So the flypad is still a pre-release from FlyByWire that they're still testing, as it still doesn't work correctly.
Good evening, computer arrival.
It'll be released as soon as it does.
Flight level 100.
Set 100,
So around 1.8 tons of fuel.
Alpha, runway 36 left, clear the takeoff, wind is variable, 9 knots. Runway 36 left.
Thanks HD, I see where you're going with that. Ever so subtle. Where's F for forgetful?
Radar, Eurowings 15 Alpha requesting descent.
Eurowings 15 Alpha, when ready, descend to flight level 170 to be level by Zebro.
Descent to 170 to be level by Zebro. Is Eurowings 15 Alpha.
So I believe that I've got on TCAS there is actually Nick, a British Airways flight.
Identified level 370, welcome to the party.
Going to the same destination as us.
5080 to right heading 270.
Captain Who Drinks Tea, good evening.
Right 270.
Thank you for joining us. Whilst we're in this short cruise phase of the flight, if you could do me a big favour guys, if you haven't done so already, please hit that like button for me. It makes a massive difference to the channel. It really, really does. So if you would be so kind as to do that, I'd really, really appreciate that. LG Lambs, good evening.
Making 8073 direct to Arctic. After Arctic, direct Papa Alpha Mike.
Direct to Arctic, then direct to Papa Alpha Mike.
So our transition altitude is 7,000 feet as we come in. Platform altitude is 3,000 feet. Minimum safe altitude as we're coming in is going to be 2,400 feet.
Descent flight level 170, level by Zebro.
And
when ready, descend to flight level 170 by
I think we're still going to plan for Cat 1, aren't we? Let's get the weather in the simulator to see what's happening.
Flight level 350.
We'll get that in a moment.
516 descent level 70, after river, direct November Victor. Sending to 70, after river, direct to November Victor. 730 of 51 Victor.
Scandinavian 73, can you confirm it was Papa Alpha Mike after Arctic?
A few clouds 700 light, thunderstorms and rain. Could be interesting. Recent rain. And becoming 260 at 6.
Localized this type. 5080, merci. Number 1, 36 right, clear to land. Wind is
let's get all that put in to the performance page.
No, Transavia 5763, contact Rijns control 128.
So QNH is 1010. Temperature 17. Wind 270 at 9. Transition altitude.
Proceed direct Zebro.
Confirm the spelling for Eurowings 7 Papa Yankee.
7 Papa Yankee, that is direct Tebro, Tango, Echo Bravo, Romeo, Oscar.
Direct Tango, Echo Bravo, Romeo, Oscar Tebro for Eurowing 7 Papa Yankee, thank you.
Cisco 6 Bravo Alpha identified, translate level 240, direct Colac.
And one last thing I forgot to put in, or didn't forget to put in, but got interrupted. I'm now going to look up and hopefully the aircraft is going in the direction that I want it to.
Vector Silas, 36 right, turn right heading 150.
Yes.
Lufthansa 247, information Delta, turn right heading 150.
Slavia 61 Sierra, descent level 70, after river, direct November, Victor.
Descending 70 after river, November, Victor, Slavia 61 Sierra.
Amsterdam, Surinabond, KLM 285, please to inbound Papa Alpha Mike, flight level 340.
Alright, 25 Anton Radar, hello, identified. You'll need to up flight level for Brussels. Would you like 330 or 350?
And going to 5350.
Alright, 25 next week, climb to flight level 350, continue.
Cover that, continue 350, KLM 285.
Thank you for your support of this channel.
Okay, so what else we're going to do? We're going to check that RadNav page because we're going to start heading down in about 20 miles. Let's go to the RadNav page. I'm going to put DUS in there. That's Dusseldorf VOR. The ILS DME is 110.95. Can I put the identifier code in there? India Delta November Echo. Will that allow that? No, I didn't think so. So that's going to be 110.110 decimal 95. So that's the ILS's DME in there. Just so we can use that for our distances.
Transat 2247, descent to 3000 feet, QNH 1011.
And actual ILS frequency 109.9, that is correct. So, all happy there. We'll request descent
for Charlie Amsterdam radar, good evening,
very soon.
Level 370, welcome to the party.
Welcome to the party.
For down maintain speed 250 knots.
So good.
For downwind, set speed, airspeed 250, Lufthansa 2247.
Making 8073, information Delta, Vector Silas and V36 right, descent flight level 45.
Okay, let's see if we can start our descent. Then we'll give them a call.
Class 5 on Victor, Vector for the ILS and V36 right, descent flight level 45.
ILS 36 right, descending flight level 45, 5 on Victor.
Eurowing 7 Papa Yankee, request descent.
7 Papa Yankee, thank you, descent initially flight level 360.
360 for Eurowing 7 Papa Yankee. Okay, down we go, flight level 360. Thrust idle open descent, 360 blue.
Good evening, Speedbird 430, descending to Dusseldorf 6260, Bristol 1 Alpha,
430 Amsterdam radar, hello, identified, Red 1 Alpha arrival, runway 36 right.
HD, I'm not sure actually. Let me bring the chart up.
Bristol 1 Alpha, 36 white, descend follow 100 to the 430.
It does only say ILS on it, so 2, 3, right. Yeah, so it's just ILS
inbound
and ILS DME 1095. But
Amsterdam, good evening, Squawk
I thought so, because isn't it a Cat 2-3 ILS? Oh, some turbulence there. Just got the ILS DME shown just here, which just made me think. I'll pop that in there as well.
Left heading 140, speed 220 knots, Lufthansa 247.
Traffic 6 on Sierra, information Delta, Vector ILS 36 right, descent flight level 45.
Information Delta, Vector for the 26 right, and descent 45, Zavia 6 on Sierra.
It's going to be dark when we get down there. We'll turn the integral lights up.
Flight level 380, welcome to the party. Papa Yankee, stand by for further descent 4 2 minutes, traffic below.
Roger, Eurowing 7 Papa Yankee.
Amsterdam
We can see on the TCAS.
Goedenavond. Transavia 87 November.
Traffic in the way of us. We have to clear that.
240 descending to flight level 200 inbound Helen.
It's going to be a quick descent otherwise.
Identified, Helen van Alpha arrival, runway 36 right.
Yeah, so HD didn't say ILS DME, it's just ILS and LOC, so I'm presuming it doesn't have the DME on it, which is why it's got that ILS, why it's got the DME frequency on it separately.
Flight level 100, level by River for the Transavia 87 November.
Delta 2247, left heading 100, descent at 2000 feet.
Descent 2000 feet, left heading 100, Lufthansa 247.
Star 5 on Victor, right turn, heading 070, speed 220 knots.
Right, 070, speed 220.
Oh, HD, that's a good point. I was in knots.
Canadian 8070 per left heading 220.
I'd left it in knots. I'd pulled that when I started to descend.
220 to 220, 883.
Cisco 6 Bravo Alpha, contact London Control 133.7, bye-bye.
London Control 133.7, thanks for your help. 6 Bravo Alpha.
Eurowings 15 Alpha, contact Langen Radar 128550, bye-bye.
Amsterdam radar, KLM 844 is at holding point runway 36 left, ready for departure.
For Eurowings 7 Papa Yankee, descent to flight level 170.
170, Eurowing 7 Papa Yankee.
KLM 844, goedenavond, runway 36 left, clear for takeoff, winds 330 degrees, 11 knots.
170 and then 170 blue. We're now well above our profile, so I'm going to wind that speed up a little bit.
Contact London radar 128.550. Thanks for joining thanks for letting me join the party. Goodbye.
These red clouds look amazing. They don't last too long though.
Leaving controlled airspace again for the descent, monitoring in the com 122.18, please. KLM 712, leaving controlled airspace again for descent, Unicom 122.8, please.
Oh, sorry about that. Unicom, what the route is made. Thanks for joining the party. Bye-bye, KLM 712.
Okay, zorgen. Transavia 6 from Sierra, turn right heading 080, speed 220 knots.
080 220 knots, Transavia 6 on Sierra.
Delta 2247, left 030, cleared ILS, runway 36 right.
Left 030, cleared ILS, 36 right, Lufthansa 247.
Star 5 on Victor, descent 2000.
So we're now monitoring our descent as we get closer and closer to Zamod.
Lufthansa 247. Disregard.
You may reduce the speed. Star 5 on Victor, descent to 2000 feet.
Really does look good, doesn't it?
Sending 2000, QNH 1011, Transavia 516.
Ladies and gentlemen, take advantage today of some fantastic savings and offers from our in-flight magazine.
Keep it 5665, when ready, set level 170 to be leveled by several.
I understand flight level 170 before the room for cheaper facilities.
Keep 936, contact Langen Radar 128550, bye-bye.
So, not talking too much to you guys at the moment. ATC is busy and I'm having to keep in and out for that. I don't want to miss any calls.
Left heading 030, cleared ILS, runway 36 right, please yours.
Left 030, cleared for the ILS, 36 right, 516. KLM 844 is passing 2000 feet.
KLM 844, Mercy identified level 130.
Climbing to flight level 130.
Still slightly underneath the profile, but we can wind that up, continue that descent.
Wind 330 degrees, 9 knots.
Runway 36 right, clear to land, Lufthansa 247.
We'll get the standby to the local QH there, 1010.
After river, direct November, Victor.
Is it flight level 70 after River Direct November Victor for the handhaven at 87 November?
John, you notice the auto-land button lights up. What, this one here?
Right heading 090, speed 180 knots.
If that one lights up, then abort your landing.
Making 8070, speed 180 knots.
I've not seen that light up.
Feet, QNH 1011.
Sorry, say again, I've had a 9 flying.
Traffic 80 correction. Scandinavian 8073, descent 3000 feet, QNH 1011.
Speed 180, descent 3000 and 1011, 807.
That looks slightly aggressive, doesn't it? I think the real Airbus doesn't pitch you down quite as sharply as that to try and target the speed. John, well, if that one comes on, that tells you that you were obviously doing an auto land. Something's gone wrong, and the landing shouldn't be continued.
Right, we're heading 260, descent 2000 feet.
260 to 2000 feet, 807.
No, I can't get it to light up.
Yeah,
I'm clicking it and nothing's happening. Maybe the bulb's gone.
Intercept the localizer on the right.
Left 030 and intercept localizer 265 was out, yeah, 640.
That's 516, continue.
Looks like we're back on profile now, so that's okay.
330, 9 knots. Continuing.
I may be on a slightly older development version at the moment, as I've got the
430, descent level 70.
The tester tablet.
Sierra, Papa, Lima.
Descent level 70 after Seagull direct Sierra Papa Lima, Skipper's 430.
HD, can I pull the Christmas tree stunt whilst flying? I suppose you can. You want to know if it's working or not, don't you?
And the 8070, fly heading 270.
Where is it?
270,
I don't usually press this. I'm going to end up pressing the wrong button if I'm not careful. I'm not even sure if I can see it from this angle.
160 lower, enter 4, and we are established the localizer 36 right.
Candy 8070, right heading 340, clear INS, and wait 36 right.
340, 8073.
Oh yeah, there you go.
South 6 from Sierra, descent 3000 feet, QNH 1011.
3000 feet, 101, present 6 from Sierra.
Yeah, if that lights up, panic.
Requesting a high speed descent below 5.
Toga and go around.
87 November, high speed approved.
High speed approved, bedankt, hands off, yeah, 87 November.
You're 7 Copy Yankee, contact Langen radar, 128550.
128550, Eurowing 7 Papa Yankee, thanks for the service, good night. Langdon radar, good evening, Eurowing 7 Papa Yankee, passing 200 for 170, inbound Tibro.
Eurowing 7 Papa Yankee, hello, identified. Continue descent flight level 100. Expect ILS approach runway 23 left in Dusseldorf. Information whiskey current.
Expect ILS 23 left, continue descent flight level 110, information whiskey for Eurowing 7 Papa Yankee.
Got 936, descent flight level 70.
Level
10
blue.
Eurowing 7 Papa Yankee, after Takeoff, fly heading 140.
140 from Tibro for Eurowing 7 Papa Yankee.
Eurowing 15 Alpha, descent altitude 3000 feet, QNH 1010.
Descent to 3000 feet, QNH 1010, Eurowing 15 Alpha.
HC, did we get flight level 100 or 110? Eurowing 7 Papa Yankee, confirm, continue descent flight level 110 or 100?
Eurowing 7 Papa Yankee, descent flight level 100.
100, thank you, Eurowing 7 Papa Yankee.
Hello, this is Air France 205 on the module 1 side with departure on course to Ubor 5,000 feet.
Air France 205, identified, climb flight level 240.
I'm in the flight level 240, Air France 205.
And we'll leave Tibro flying heading 140. Being in heading mode as we approach the airport is good because the auto pilot screws up the flight plan
That's
sometimes.
3000 QNH 1010 and head up speed, speed at 96.
Did I read back 110? My bad.
180 for Eurowings 15 Alpha. Are we still high speed approved or can we slow to a slow speed?
Eurowings 15 Alpha, speed is fully yours. Go as fast or as slow as you wish.
Faster thermal, slow down to 250 knots, Eurowings 15 Alpha.
We're going to do the same in a moment. I love having a PM.
Yankee, descent altitude 5,000 feet, QNH 1010. Ring 7 Papa Yankee, descent altitude 5,000 feet, QNH 1010.
Descend altitude 5,000, QNH 1010, Eurowings 7 Papa Yankee. I'm glad you corrected me, HD. Again, that's why you have two people in the flight deck. So let's start rolling that spin.
Alpha, turn right heading 220, clear that, let's approach runway 23 left.
And as we approach 10,000 feet, we'll get the belts on and we shall get those
Turn
lights
right
on.
heading 270, was it, sorry, for the ILS approach 23 left.
Approach checklist, minimums, set.
220,
Engine mode select
Eurowings
normal,
15
electronic
Alpha.
flyback is stowed, we've briefed our approach. And we're not passing the decel point, so I'm going to manually activate the approach phase, so that's done.
Good 936, turn right heading 180.
Turn right heading 180,
The toilets will now go out of use until the fasten seatbelt sign is turned on. Whilst seated, please find the airline magazine in the front pocket providing...
London Center, Seabird 565, could you descend to flight level 170?
Seabird 5665, good evening, identified, continue descent, flight level 100.
We may need some speed brakes just to help us get down a little bit more now.
Whiskey current.
Descend flight level 100,
Only a little bit.
continuing for ILS runway 23 left for Seabird 565.
Actually, no we won't.
Seabird 5665, after takeoff,
We're 26 miles away and that's a direct. So we've still got track mileage to sort out.
Heading again.
ILS DME is actually showing, so I'm not sure why we needed that.
140 after takeoff for Seabird 565.
Ring 7 Papa Yankee, descent altitude 3,000 feet.
Altitude 3,000 feet, Eurowings 7 Papa Yankee. Set 3,000.
3,000
blue.
320.
Climb to level 320, Air France 205.
Eurowings 15 Alpha, contact tower 118.3, ciao.
Contact tower 118.3, thank you for your service, goodbye.
Good 936, turn right heading 200, clear that as approach runway 23 left, report established.
Turn right heading 200 and we'll report established 23 left, Seabird 936.
How many miles have we got to run? Probably got about 5, 10, 15 miles. Go on then, we'll use a bit of speed brakes. Because I want to slow down before intercepting that localizer. Oh, Did anyone see the lightning? The METAR did warn us of that.
Approx 205, you're about to leave my airspace. At the moment, no further ATC available. So monitor Uniform 122 destinate. Ciao.
122 for France 205, thank you very much for your service. See you next time, bye-bye.
You're 7 Papa Yankee, turn right heading 180.
180, you're wing 7 Papa Yankee. There's the localizer and glide slope just come in. We are below that now.
Speed, final approach speed.
Here's the final approach, the speed of 936. Speed of 936 is established.
This is 96, and copy. Preceding aircraft is now 5 miles ahead. Contact tower 118.3, bye-bye.
Over to tower 118.3, speed of 96.
Thank you.
Start slowing that speed down a little bit.
Seatbelt 5665, descent, flight level 70.
Descent flight level 70 for speed brake flight is this way.
Get the speed brakes back in. And you're doing 7 Papa Yankee, any speed restrictions for us?
You're 7 Papa Yankee, reduce speed 200 knots.
200, you're doing 7 Papa Yankee. So we'll go managed and start slowing down, which we will do as anyway as we approach 3,000 feet. Alt star. And then we'll just get to about 220 knots.
Turn right heading 210, clear that as approach, runway 23 left, report established.
Right heading 210, report established for 23 left during 7 Papa Yankee. Flaps 1. And we're holding 200 knots now, and we've got thunder to welcome us.
Report 5665, descent altitude 5,000 feet, QNH 1010.
Descend 5,000, QNH 1010 for speed brake flight is this way.
Could really do with flaps 2, but I like having flaps 2 out by intercepting the glide slope. Eurowing 7 Papa Yankee, establishing now. Can we reduce speed?
Eurowing 7 Papa Yankee, speed is fully yours. Your number, getting number 1. Contact tower 118.3, choose.
Contact tower now, Eurowing 7 Papa Yankee, and just confirm that frequency for us, please.
Eurowing 7 Papa Yankee, speed is fully yours.
And thank you for Eurowing 7 Papa Yankee. I pulled flaps 3 then instead of flaps 2, that was annoying. Speed is ours. We'll hold this until we get a little bit closer. 183. How far away are we? 7 miles. Tower Eurowing 7 Papa Yankee established 23 left 7 miles.
Ring 7 Papa Yankee, Dusseldorf Tower, good day, wind check, 280 degrees, 7 knots, 1 departure ahead.
Continue approach, Euro Wing 7 Papa Yankee. And flaps 3. Flaps full.
Ring 7 Papa Yankee, expect that landing clearance.
Wilco 7 Papa Yankee.
Lufthansa 155, wind 280 degrees, 7 knots, clear for immediate departure.
Please for immediate departure, clear left Lufthansa 155.
So flaps full, cabin secured, auto thrust speed. Go around altitude 4,000 feet set, and eco memo landing, no blue. 1,000 feet.
Welcome to Düsseldorf, taxi to the gate Alpha 10 via Papa 3.
Alpha 10 via Papa 3.
Leaving autopilot until I get that landing clearance.
Ring 7 Papa Yankee, the preceding traffic disappeared, wind 280 degrees, 7 knots, power 23 left, clear to land.
Clear to land, 23 left, Euro Wing 7 Papa Yankee. I think in that rushing I by mistake hit the wrong button and disconnected my autopilot. Thankfully nothing too bad has happened. Thank God. Do you know, I heard the clicks and I thought, oh, it must be on someone else's, that must be someone else, because it happened whilst transmitting, but no, that was me. Anyway, approach is stable.
300, 100 above.
Just drifted high. Let's get back on that centre line. That's better.
$100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5.
And spoilers deployed, reverses on. Oh, that was annoying about the autopilot. What's more annoying is I didn't check. 70 knots, reverses off. Vacating left in a moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now arrived at our destination. The crew will now commence preparing the aircraft for deboarding. Can passengers please remain in your seats with your seatbelts fastened until the captain turns off the seatbelt signs. You may now turn on your phones and electronic devices. Thank you for choosing to fly with us today.
Ring 7 Papa Yankee, welcome to Dusseldorf, taxi to Stand, taxi to gate Alpha 13 via Papa 3.
We hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
Gate Alpha 13 for Ring 7 Papa Yankee. Right, let's get clear of the runway.
Ready for pushes. On 258 Foxtrot, stand by for pushback due to traffic, expect pushback facing north.
And work out where on earth it is we're going.
Stand by for running traffic.
So, I'm familiar with this. I'm going to ask for progressive taxi actually, because there's no signs to help either. Eurowing 7 Papa Yankee, possible for some progressive taxi. We're unfamiliar with the airport.
Let's approach runway 23 left.
Blocked seatbelt 5665, Dusseldorf Tower, good day, wind 20 degrees, 11 knots, runway 23 left, clear to land.
Clear to land
I
runway
believe we're on Lima 6,
left,
but I want to make sure of that.
During 7 Papa Yankee, say again please.
Can we just confirm some progressive taxi? We're unfamiliar with the airport. Is it left here onto Mike and then via Papa 2 Tango?
It's just left Mike and then immediately right Papa 3 and then you reach gate Alpha 13.
Thanks very much. Eurowings 7 Papa Yankee. I thought we'd come off on Lima 6, but I wanted to be certain. That's the only thing I don't like about flying at night in non-handcrafted airports.
Guten Abend, Dusseldorf Tower, Lufthansa 155, ready for pushback.
155, push approved facing north.
Push approved facing north, Lufthansa 155.
And then stand A3 is straight ahead. Again, there's not really any taxi lines to follow here, which is a little bit unfortunate. I think it's the second one just here.
Grand Center of the Yankee Gate Alpha 13 is now on your 10 o'clock.
Ah. Many thanks for that, 7 Papa Yankee. I can see the gate is taking us to between these two aircraft. Yeah, why didn't he just say next to Nick? I don't know where to go then. Let's get the runway turn off lights as well. And no marshal there to blind either.
Push is set approved facing north, Ryanair 28
Wonderful. And we're down. Have I still got the landing lights on? No wonder it was bright. Ah, welcome to Dusseldorf, guys. German fans, you can go home and probably have quite a lot of beers, to be fair. I've left the engine running and things because I'm going to try and run the replay for you just to see what that looks look like. The replay app has actually been updated, so fingers crossed that's going to work. So a big thanks to those of you who have flown alongside me this evening. There goes a Ryanair, we'll say goodbye to him. And we've got Eurowings and also Nick as well. So let's just also come off of VATSIM before we spawn with the replay. And Danny, although it's night, you can't see anything. Aren't these airports lit up more in real life? Well, I think so. I always struggle at night to find out where I am. Combrig, I may have to pour you off the plane. Very nice. Let me just get rid of self-loading cargo. We're going to stop that replay. Let's load that replay back in. Hopefully that shall work in a second. There it is. So let's have a look. We need to just turn off that and turn off the terrain problems as well. And we can just skip this forward a little bit until we were lined up with the ILS a little bit more. And we'll enjoy Germany by night. So with a thunderstorm in as well, just as we were coming in there, weren't we? Which was interesting. Okay, so sit back, relax, watch the night view. I could also turn it to day if people prefer. Obi-Wan, yeah, thanks, nice flight. It was. I must admit, when you've got things like that right at the very end, where obviously you've got air traffic control, we've got one of my concerns with that was we were at 200 knots, about to intercept the glide slope. Well, I want flaps 2 out by the time I'm intercepting the glide slope, purely because, as we've said several times on the on the channel, this aircraft doesn't go down. Well, most aircraft, you don't go down and slow down. So I want the extra drag that flaps 2 give you when you're going down the glide slope. Otherwise, you're kind of chasing your tail a little bit. And we were so close. We just intercepted that glide slope just as we managed to get below 200 knots because of the speed that ATC had given us. And then it meant that we're a little bit late getting the glide slope, getting the flaps 2 out. I then inadvertently knocked the autopilot off, which I need to make sure that doesn't happen again, because that was annoying. Thankfully, we managed to rescue that, but it wasn't the perfect errorless approach, which we always go for. Nice to have air traffic control. Lots going on, lots of traffic in my ears, as you'll have heard on the stream as well, as there were a few flying as well. But HC, I need to be more assertive with ATC. No, well, I'm presuming, yeah. If you'd have been flying, you'd have been screaming at them by that point, wouldn't you? But yeah, I don't want to be. I don't want to be going down the glide slope at 200 knots. I'm going to struggle to slow down if that's the case. Oh, but I do get to enjoy the. It looks like the replay app is now being fixed. So if anyone has got the flight recorder, flight control replay is the one that I have. If anyone has got that, then make sure you go and update that, because it seems to be working really nice. There's an option now where I can actually stop the aircraft mid replay, and I can then take over again. So that's a great way to practice your landings. Just do it over and over again. What I might do is I might just roll this replay back in a sec, change the weather. We'll do a bit of a daytime landing because I love watching the scenery. Not sure what the landing rate was, but that was good. So let me just pause that and rewind for a little bit. So England's next game, of course, the whole purpose of this flight was we were taking those depressed German fans home. It was good fun. What a great match. Well, it was a great match if you're English. Go on, let's go to. Should we go for sunset? A bit of a sunset landing. Yeah, so that's going to be our. In fact, no. Let's go for more daytime. A bit of daytime. So England then next play. When do we play? We play Saturday night. Who are we against? Is it? It's not Hungary, is it? No. Who was it that went through? Who are we against? I can't. I've not even worked that out. But it's going to be fun. Combrick, it's not Italy, is it? Italy are looking very hot this competition. They're looking very, very good. At the moment, I'd probably be more scared of Italy than Germany. Ha! Germany. Well, we're never going to be scared of them again. Yeah, right. We got our luck, didn't we, when Muller missed the sitter. Slanel, no return flight. No return flight, but we may get a... we may get a daytime stream tomorrow. Oh, is it... it's Sweden or Ukraine that we have. Ah, that's all right. In that case, who's winning? Do you know what? I'd forgotten all about that match. I should probably have kept an eye on that. What's the score? That should be nearly finished by now, shouldn't it? Look at that rain. Love it. Polka is still being played. So, what's... yeah. So the next match is in Rome, is it, Nick? Oh, yeah. HD's just called it. Does that mean it's a nasty BA flight? Expensive sandwiches. Might take the private jet. The CRJ. I think that would be the longest CRJ flight I'd done. Oh, HD, that's good. If it's 1-1, that means I'll finish this and might get upstairs for the... might get upstairs for extra time and penalties. Oh, the French. Last night, I was batting my nails. Who wanted France to go through? Be honest. Or who was all rooting for Switzerland? I'll be honest, I was rooting for Switzerland. I wanted Switzerland to go through. When Mbappe stepped up, I don't know, I just had this feeling, he's not going to make that. Had he taken one right at the very start, I think it'd have been fine, but because it was the last one, the pressure. Can't believe we should make it a Heritage Britannia Airways. Take the DC-6. My God, we'd have to set off now, wouldn't we? Still learning the DC-6. There's a hell of a lot to learn about the DC-6. I'm not sure I trust it in the air for that length of time. Or rather, I don't trust me in the air for that length of time. Don't know what the landing rates were on this touchdown, by the way. It didn't look too bad. Landing zone and centre line. We're happy. Tranfian being Swiss, you were certainly hoping Switzerland to go through. Well, yeah, I see your point. Alright guys, I'm going to leave you with a final replay. It's been great fun tonight, obviously spurred on by the fact that we've been taking those lovely German fans home. Really enjoyed that, and beautiful livery to boot as well. Thank you very much for those of you that flew with me. Thank you to all of you tonight who have enjoyed watching the stream. Thank you to those of you that have donated and contributed to the stream as well, and of course to HD, my true and trusty PM, as as always. A big thank you to the Easyjetsimpilot channel members, new and old. Really do appreciate each and every single one of you. Does mean I can pop time into to make these streams and these flights, and of course the tutorials as well. So thank you so much to you guys. I'm going to leave you, as I say, with one last replay. Looking forward to seeing you all again soon, and I'm hopeful there may be a daytime stream tomorrow. Hope you have a great night, everyone, and I shall see you all soon. Good night.
$2,500. $1,000. $500. 400. 300. 200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10. 5.